Hello, my name is Julia and today I'm making one of the more stupid videos I've made so far on this channel. I will be ranking the Bridgerton siblings. So Netflix recently released a new show, a period drama romance produced by Shonda Rhimes, Shondaland, about Regency era London and the romance and relationships that occur in these times in high society during the season where all the women of age have kind of their debutante balls, have their introduction into society, and they have to find a man, and that's what it's about. So I feel like everyone watched it over Christmas, over the holidays, and of course I have many opinions, and I talk to friends about it. So in this video I want to rank the Bridgertons and say how I feel about them. So the Bridgertons are a family of 10. There's 8 children, the mother and a father who's passed away. During the show there's also this gossip column which plays a huge part in the story, and it's written by this woman called Lady Whistledown, and she's kind of like this gossip girl type figure who knows everything and tells the high society of the gossip that's happening, but no one knows who she is. She's kind of this mysterious figure. The show is actually based on a book series by Julia Quinn, which I read 3 of the books when I was a teenager, but because they were like romance, period drama, romance novels, I was always kind of embarrassed to read them. And so I never actually read the whole series, but I did always enjoy them because they were just a lot of fun, easy entertainment. And now I will rank the siblings. Number 8 is Anthony. He's the Viscount Bridgerton. He's the eldest son, and number 8 is last place in my rankings. So he kind of takes on the role of like a father figure for his younger siblings. And because in this season, Daphne, the eldest daughter, but 4th sibling, it's complicated, is kind of presented at court, he feels responsible for looking out for her, making sure she finds the right man, makes a good match, that kind of thing. But the reason Anthony is on last place for me is because he's a classical, straight-wide man. A lot of people just clicked away from this video. But I feel like Anthony just takes control over everyone, wants to control everything, thinks he knows best, thinks he knows what his sister wants and needs, but on the other side is very immature. He has this forbidden romance with an opera singer, and he kind of uses her for his body. No, he uses her for her body and his pleasure, but he doesn't really respect her as a person. He always says like, I'm going to take care of you, and then as soon as his responsibilities become too much, he's like, oh, bye, sorry, I'm not going to take care of you anymore. And she, at the end, the opera singer's like, let me go, let me be free. And he's like, what? You're not here for my pleasure and my comfort? What the hell? So he has a lot of learning to do, which he might do in further seasons, but not on this season. He was controlling and didn't know what he was doing, just did what society thought best, but didn't actually listen to his siblings' feelings, you know? He controls his brothers' lives as well, judges them on their relationships and their actions, so he's not a good guy. This might change. I feel like he changed a bit in the last few episodes, so it might all be going well for him in season 2. Number 7 is Gregory Bridgerton, who is a child. He's the 7th Bridgerton and the youngest son, and he's on 7th place because I don't know anything about him. I feel like, who are you, boy? He just seemed to be a child, so I can't really say a lot, so I'm sorry, he's on place 7. Ranked on 6th place is Hyacinth Bridgerton, the youngest girl and the youngest child altogether. So she's also a child. And she's on place 6 because She was kind of sassy. She knew what she wanted. She wanted a pony. Okay, you can have one. You can have... She said what she wanted, and she seemed kind of fierce. So I'm interested to see where her story goes when she gets a bit older. But for now, I don't know a lot, so I couldn't really feel a lot when watching this. So, place 6. Number 5, Francesca Bridgerton. She wasn't in this season at all. Like, she goes to Bath for like the whole season, like the social season and season 1 of the show. So we didn't see a lot of her, but I did read her book. Her book was the first book I ever read of that book series. So I kind of like her. I won't spoil anything, but I remember really liking her romance storyline. So interesting to see where it goes. But in this show, she didn't really have a part. She seemed very kind, doing her own thing. Number 5. Okay, now we get to the interesting parts, the gritty, the main characters. And number 4 for me is Daphne. Controversial, I know. Or maybe not, maybe no one cares. Daphne is the eldest daughter of the family and is the girl in the family who's presented at court this season. In the first episode, she's presented to the queen, and the queen loves her. She's like, "Mwah, I give you my blessing, you will succeed." So there's a lot of pressure on Daphne, and that's definitely hard. What I liked about Daphne was how she always did the right thing. She was very loving towards her family, and she had a huge sense of duty that if she marries well, her family will do well. There was a situation with the pigs, which was, yeah, I think she did the right thing. She was just a kind person. But I think she was also very flawed. She was too perfect. She was kind of preppy, organized, beautiful. She was just too good to be true. And it kind of, as a viewer, I didn't care too much. I actually read her book as well. Her book is the first book in the series, and I enjoyed all of them. They were a lot of fun, but I wasn't like obsessed with Daphne's character. She's kind of this beautiful fairy-like woman who just does everything right, and it kind of felt like she would have been the protagonist of a show maybe 10 years ago. Her kind of character just felt a bit old-fashioned for 2021. I understood that Daphne was kind of a product of her upbringing, of the time she was in, and she'd probably be different in today's times, but it was just kind of not very interesting to see a woman who just, her main goal in life was to have a husband and then babies. But actually, no, that's still a legitimate want and need that you can have. So it actually is, no, I take that back. It was good to see a woman who wants that, which is absolutely fine. But there was one thing, like controversy, that people talked about, and my friend actually messaged me about, and I was like, she's right. There's one scene, spoiler if you haven't seen it yet, there's a scene where she forces Simon to do something in the bedroom that he doesn't want. And that's kind of a very controversial scene because he had no choice. She kind of made him do it, so it seems a bit like rape. There's a lot of people talking about this topic which know a lot more, said it much better than I did, so if you're interested, Google it. But yeah, that was a bit difficult because if this had happened to a woman, it would have been kind of shocking and an absolute no-go, but because he's a guy, it was kind of seen as okay. So, I don't know, it feels a bit wrong. Okay, moving on to lighter subjects. Number 3 is Colin Bridgerton. I read his book as well because I really liked his character. He's kind of this charismatic, well-liked, cool dude of London's Regency era high society. Everyone loves him. He has all these women fawning over him, and he's just charming and kind of a rebel, and you like him and you think, yeah. And in the show he's just kind of really kind and almost a bit oblivious, kind of innocent, and just a lot of fun, and he's really sweet, and I feel like he has a lot more good things coming. And Penelope, the most iconic character in the show, the main character to be honest, likes him, so watch out for that. Number 2 on my list is Benedict Bridgerton. He is the second son So he doesn't have all the responsibilities Anthony does. And he's just a cool ass dude. He's kind of the artsy type. You know, he would have gone to art school in modern days. He likes to paint. He's not really into these kind of rules of society and doesn't see his life's purpose in finding a wife and doing everything that society tells him to. So he's just kind of an interesting character to look out for. He makes this new friend, and his friend, I can't remember his name, shows him kind of this world, like this underground London art scene where everyone's just having drinking and painting and having orgies. And Benedict's into it. And then he discovers that his friend is also interested in men, as in sexually, romantically. And he just thinks that's cool. He's into it. So I'm hoping there'll be like a bi, gay storyline in store for Benedict. I'm here for it. He's just a cool dude. And he's best friend with Eloise. And it's just like, you do you, girl. I'm gonna live my life, you can live your life. Fuck the rules, let's smoke on a swing set. And that leads me to number 1, Eloise. The name I can't say for some reason. I keep Googling how to pronounce Eloise. Eloise is the 5th Bridgerton and my number 1. She's the most interesting character, she's the most fun. She's just the character I want to learn more about. So she's the 5th daughter, she's kind of a rebel. She's just not interested in the world that's presented to her or the future everyone hopes that she will have. She doesn't want to come out to society. She doesn't want to have her debutante ball, her presentation in court to the Queen, so then she's eligible to have men come around and ask her out. She just wants to read, do her own thing, have a good time. She has an amazing bookshelf in her room. She's independent, she's fierce, she's best friends with Penelope, the most iconic character, so you already know she's good. Her main storyline in the show is her relationship to Daphne and how she disagrees with Daphne's point of view and Daphne's wishes, and how she's kind of disappointed that Daphne's also perfect and doesn't want more in life. And Daphne's saying, it's actually quite a feminist look on the thing, where they're saying it's okay to want children and a husband, but it's okay to not want that. So I like that. I like that dynamic between the two. And another storyline of Eloise is that she wants to find out who Lady Whistledown is, and that's really fun to watch. She's kind of figuring out, is it a woman? Is she poor? Is she rich? Is she a servant? Is she the queen? That kind of thing. So it's her main goal is to find out who Lady Whistledown is, and I just wanted to follow her story. I feel like she was a much more interesting protagonist, so hopefully a season of hers. And she's just my favourite character. I just wanted to see her all the time, and every time she came on, it was like, yes, let's see her story. She's just so much more funny and fun. So that was my ranking of the Bridgerton siblings. Do you disagree? Do you agree? Have you seen it? Did you enjoy it? I had a lot of fun watching this show. It's just the kind of trashy, good fun, romantic, soapy, drama, period drama type thing where you just can relax, have a good time, and talk about it with your friends. So I'm interested to see what you thought about it, if you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. I don't know what this video was, but I had to share my thoughts. Have a good day. Stay cool. And like and subscribe if you want. I make bookish and filmish content. I would love to have you here. The sun's going down, so I hope you can still see me. Goodbye.